humor on the construction site, commentary style narrative. If you have ever stepped into a construction site, I am here to narrate in the most
No! Basta sabihin lang!
about to read is based on the kind of building, harmless incidents that happen when hardworking people attempt ordinary tasks and somehow turn them into unforgettable. As I begin my commentary, imagine you standing beside me, talking about it, watching the day unfold with the sort of life surprises that only a construction site can His name, for the sake of our story, will be Ray. Ray walks like a man who believes the universe aligns itself around his schedule. With a confident stride, he places his bag on the bench, dusts his hands together as if preparing for a heroic task, and then tries to pick up a long wooden plank resting nearby. The plank, however, has different intentions. As Ray lifts one hand, the opposite hand rises as well, swings gently up, and taps him on the shoulder like a polite reminder that the laws of balance still exist. Ray turns around, confused. And this, my friend, is the earliest sign full of children's surprises. The sun begins to climb slowly. Call back, attempts to move a small flexible and simple to play. At least, they should be. At first he handles it well, but as he begins to walk, one sheet tilts forward. In pure dedication, and for a moment, settle around him like oversized petals. Ben looks down, nods to himself, and simply picks them up again as if his choreography was just part of his movement. These small events unfold, the sound of conversation. One of them tests a measurement and then watches as the tape oscillates slightly, causing him to take an unexpected step. He maintains perfect balance. It is as if he has just witnessed a magic trick designed specifically for him. By mid-morning, the construction site feels warm and back. Conversation is filled with one worker shares a story about his weekend. Another talks about a recipe his child failed to perfect. A third explains the brilliance of the sports match he watched last night. Amid these discussions, someone carries a toolbox that seems heavier than expected. I can't tell you what it is. Only to realize not the light intended. The moment he lifts it, his knees bend slightly, and he pauses, recalculating his life choices. But he keeps a straight face, takes a deep breath, carries the box across the site with heroic commitment. His friends pretend not to notice, which somehow makes the scene Theo is preparing to start a basic task. Theo is known for his patience and steadiness. Today, he climbs the first few steps with then, as he reaches a comfortable height, down, contemplating whether to After a brief moment of internal negotiation, he chooses to trying to reach with an extended motion from where he stands. He stretches one arm, believing his flexibility is far greater than it actually is. Predicting he cannot reach the goal, but instead of giving up, he simply holds the goals for an extra second, hoping to turn the imaginary move closer. Of course, it does not. Theo then lies quietly and climbs back down to retrieve the ball. All these moments create a rhythm, a gentle harmony of ordinary tasks into delightful stories. The beauty of the scenes lies not in the sounds themselves, but in the reactions of the Instead, they embrace each small accident, shrug it off, and move on with admiration. As I continue narrating, another scene catches my eye. A worker named Caleb is organizing paint buckets. He sets them in a neat line, ensuring perfect spacing, almost like arranging decorative items in a showroom. It glides downward and directly onto the buckets. Caleb picks it up with a look that suggests he is to take it. He pulls it out, tucks it into his pocket, and returns to his line up the buttons, just to imitate the precision of the master artist. These are only the early hours of the day, and already the sight feels like a without pause. Every worker that needs no sweat. As the morning moves toward its late hours, the construction site develops its own rhythm, steady. I shift my attention to an area where several workers are building materials. Among them is a man named who has always been known for his ability to turn a simplest task into a small performance. Covered along the pathway. The role is slightly stubborn, not entirely eager to cooperate. Pushing the boat forward. At first, everything seems smooth, but halfway through, Oliver gently nudges it back, as if correcting the behavior of the cat. For a brief moment, the roller goes. Then it swings slightly to the right, and Oliver follows it again, ensuring it stays aligned. As observed, we can see Oliver trying to maintain full dignity while also acknowledging that the role seems to have its own personality. Eventually, the role stops cooperating. Instead of moving forward, it wobbles in place, as though contemplating whether it should proceed. Oliver pauses, places both hands on his hips, and takes a deep breath. He then crouches, examines the roll with a sense of exaggerated seriousness, and whispers something to it. No one can hear what he says, but whatever it is, the roll must appreciate its sincerity, because it suddenly begins to move forward again with surprising enthusiasm. Oliver raises his eyebrows, and continues pushing until the entire
For a second, you got a bug on your hard hat.
When
Alright,
he
he's
finishes,
good.
he gives the roll a gentle pat.
Guys.
The way a coach might praise an athlete after
Dude.
a long sprint. Not far from this time, it involves two workers named Mark and set of lighting. These heroes are at least in theory, but they have a habit of catching the breeze. Mark holds a camera while Julian secures a bracket at the bottom. Everything goes
I want to get this on film, right? You guys want to be in this tremendous one of these videos?
The panel leans forward, bumping computers. Mark straightens up, the panel leans the other way, nudging Julian. Julian steadies it, but then the panel returns to normal as it captures Their reactions remain composed, but the alternating taps make them look like participants in the study.
Tecnologia! Tecnologia!
I cannot help but narrate aloud. Eventually, Mark and Julian work in unison. both grabbing the block at the same time, securing it firmly into place. When they finish, Mark jokingly steps away from the pen as if giving it a chance to chase him again. It stays still now, finally continues. The midday sun rises high above the site, brightening every corner. Lunch approaches, but before the break, yet another amusing moment begins. A worker named Lewis is carrying a bucket of harmless construction material. The bucket is perfectly fine, but Lewis chooses to carry it with extraordinary caution. As he walks, he focuses intensely on the small areas. His steps become precise, delicate, and overly calculated. The way he navigates the path resembles a velocity. He moves too quickly. His co-workers watch him from a distance, puzzled by his careful movements. When he reaches the destination safely, Lewis releases a breath as if he has just completed an epic journey.
Going
The
hard!
bucket, of course, remains exactly as calm as it was the across the site, artistic markers, a man named Samuel is preparing to repaint a set of temporary markers. Samuel treats every brushstroke as if he is creating a masterpiece. He positions his materials neatly, adjusts his stance, and dips the brush with deliberate intention. His first stroke glides smoothly across the surface. The second stroke then, as he prepares for the third, something unusual happens. A bird passes over him, casting a brief shadow that startles Samuel ever so slightly.
Lori.
His hand twitches, and instead of painting a straight line, he creates a dramatic swirl. He pauses, studies the swirl, and instead of fixing it, he steps back and catches the line. He glances at the side of the swirl adds character to the marker. The worker walks by, looks at the swirl, and asks him his intention. Samuel simply says, in a calm tone, that every creation deserves a touch of personality. Soon the lunch break arrives. Workers gather around different shaded areas of the site, taking a moment.
А ну дай я попробую.
But even during the break, the rhythm does not pause. Instead of frustration, he stares at it in complete disbelief, and slowly begins eating anyway, accepting his fate. He uses every polite method imaginable. Eventually, the colleague opens it with a single effortless motion. The worker stares at him with admiration and mild confusion, as if witnessing a beautiful. After lunch, the energy shifts as the workers return to their tasks refreshed. The next series of scenes begins with a worker named Adrian who is unloading boxes from the pallet. The boxes are small enough to carry in pairs. Adrian picks up two, one in each hand. Confidently, he begins walking across the site with the stride of a man ready to conquer an afternoon of productivity. But halfway through the journey, one box starts to tilt out. Adrian adjusts slightly, trying to keep both boxes balanced. Then the second box tilts in the opposite direction. Adrian responds with a series of small balancing motions, moving his elbows upward like a tightrope walker maintaining equilibrium. His concentration intensifies. His steps become remarkably calculated. For a few seconds, it seems like the box full control and sets them down triumphantly. He rests on his hands, nods with satisfaction, and walks away with a truly understands. Nearby, another worker is a set of boards. He leans
Holy shit, I'm gonna fall. No, you're not.
Rest while he inspects another. However, the board has its own it slowly begins moving forward without Felix noticing. Just as it is about to touch the ground, Felix turns around and catches it in a swift motion, almost like an athlete intercepting a pass. He stands still for a moment, impressed by his own reflexes, then glances around to see if anyone missed his quick save.
Como economizar R$350.
Todo mundo
Felix
sabe
responds
que
with a
pneu
modest
novo tá
pretending the moment is absolutely intentional. The afternoon continues with quiet but steady work. The conversations become more lively again, blending with the soft hum of distant machinery. The sun casts long shadows across the stage where each worker unknowingly plays a role in an ongoing comedy. And so the narration goes on, flowing through every corner of the site, capturing each unplanned gesture, each humorous sequence, and each subtle moment that turns ordinary labor into an ongoing tapestry of cheerful storytelling. As the afternoon establishes its steady rhythm, the construction site becomes a blend of soft jazz, purposeful footsteps, and a sort of unintended comedy that emerges naturally whenever people concentrate deeply on simple tasks. My attention drifts to a worker named Henry, a thoughtful man who always believes in double-checking the smartest things. Today, his mission revolves around a series of lightweight markers along the straight path. It is a job many would complete quickly, but Henry prefers precision. He places the first marker, steps back and observes it closely, and then adjusts it by a fraction. Satisfied, he places the second marker, then steps back again, analyzing the line as if he is inspecting an important piece of art. But midway through the alignment process, Henry notices an unexpected issue. The shadow cast by a nearby structure makes the markers appear slightly misaligned in a certain angle. Henry tilts his head left and then right, trying to determine whether the markers are truly off or whether the illusion is playing tricks on him. After a minute of contemplation, he decides to adjust them once more, shifting them so slightly that even the person standing beside him would struggle to notice the difference. When he finally steps back and surveys his work, he nods with the kind of satisfaction usually reserved for completing a complex architectural project. One of his co-workers walks by, glances at the markers, and says they look excellent. Henry accepts the compliment as though he just finished constructing an entire building. Not far away, a worker named Nolan is preparing materials for the next stage of the site. Nolan is known for his calm manner and the way he approaches tasks as though every object deserves respect. Today he is stacking a set of boards into a new project. He picks up each board with care and places it gently onto the slab, aligning the edges perfectly. When he reaches the final board, he taps the corners lightly to ensure the bottom is secured. But just as he finishes, a light breeze stirs the air. One corner of the top board lifts slightly, almost playfully. Nolan notices the shape, straightens the board over, and stands still for a moment to see if the breeze will return. It does. The board lifts by the tiniest measure, as though refusing to settle. Nolan smiles, as if accepting that even a board can have its own preferences. After adjusting it once more, he places a small object, then walks away with a satisfied nod, acknowledging the simple truce between man and material. The next scene unfolds near a shaded area where two workers, Leonard and Mason, are measuring a section of the site. Leonard stretches the tape measure while Mason marks the spots with chalk. The coordination between them is smooth as Leonard pulls the tape a bit too enthusiastically. The tape slips by a second as he passes both of them. Leonard maintains his composure, but his eyebrows raise just enough for Mason to notice the mental expression of surprise. Mason looks soft, has experienced the same unexpected leap many times. Leonard unrolls the tape, this time with a gentle touch. Both continue working as though nothing happened. Meanwhile, a worker named Elliot is organizing tools on a small table. He arranges them in a row, grouping them by purpose, then adjusts the spacing. But as he turns to leave, he accidentally nudges the corner of the table with his knee. Tools shift slightly, as if reacting to the gentle. Elliot looks back with an eye, carefully repositions them once again. He steps away slowly this time, watching the tools out of the corner of his eye to ensure they stay still. Satisfied, he walks off confidently, as though he has just resolved the situation between himself and the table. Across the site, just a game they watched last night, each reenacting a moment with exaggerated gestures. Another pair debates the best sandwich.
We've got millions of free child place holidays.
Nè rồi, vui là bớt nè go! Bớt nè go! Bớt nè go! Despite the label, the atmosphere is one of shared power. Then comes a moment involving a worker named Frank, who is transporting a small cart filled with harmless materials. The cart has a stable structure, but one of its wheels tends to swivel unpredictably. Grant begins moving the cart along a straight path, confident it will follow him without issue. But a few feet in, the rebellious will turn sideways, causing the cart to veer gently off course. Grant adjusts hoping to guide the way back into the wheel resists.
Passar pretinho aqui no caminhão, que assim pretinho não dá pra trabalhar não, passar aqui do lado de dentro.
Performs a subtle dance with the cart. Eventually, he stands up again, resumes walking, and this time the cart follows him perfectly, as if a short distance away, a worker named Murray is in the middle of marking measurements on the board. He bends down, draws a line, steps back, checks the opening. Then he reaches for his pencil, only to realize it has somehow rolled a few inches away. He picks it up, draws the next one, and again the pencil slips out of his fingers and rolls a few inches away. Owen retrieves it once more, this time holding it carefully. But when he places it on the board momentarily, it rolls away, following a subtle slope of the surface. Instead of frustration, Owen simply moves quietly to himself, then places the pencil inside the third pocket so it can no longer escape. With this small victory attained, he continues his work. As the afternoon stretches into later hours, a soft golden hue begins to overlay the construction
I think we can put a plug in it.
warmth to the environment. Shadows lengthen, and the light flickers gently as they access their scaffolding, tools, and structures. This natural shift brings out a sense of calm, but the humor continues steadily. One of the next amusing scenes involves Patrick. He is organizing a lot of vehicles, moving them his technique is precise, and the loops form an impressive circle. But then, as he holds the one end slips free and one line is just enough to disrupt the surge. Patrick pauses, examining the slight imperfection as though assessing the result. He slowly recovers the loose section, restores the perfect circle, and then secures it. He lifts the finished coil with pride, almost expecting a round of applause for his attention to detail.
Teknologia!
Even though no one sees it, the satisfaction in his face.
Hujan kembali,
As I
terpantau deras
a
mengalir.
sense of appreciation settles over me. The construction site is more than a place where structures rise. It is a stage filled with countless small moments that reflect the humanity, humor, and
Teknologia!
spirit of the people working. Every action, every small accident, every improvised solution contributes to an unending story that grows richer with each passing hour. And so the day continues, filled with quiet comedy, determined workers, and scenes that narrate themselves through their natural charm. As the late afternoon unfolds, the construction site settles into a steady pace. The natural stream of amusing moments continues as effortlessly as ever. I shift my attention toward a worker named Marcus. Marcus is known for being often meticulous in someone sorting their collections. Today, he is working with seems determined to test his patience in the Marcus picks up each marker and places it precisely into one of the divider slots. But as he nears the final, he realizes that one of the slots is slightly narrower than the rest. He attempts to slide the marker in, and the marker moves sideways and settles against the edge instead. Marcus tries adjusting his eye. The marker still refuses to sit upright. After several attempts, he squints as though expecting it to respond with an exclamation. He then taps the crate as if trying to remind it to cooperate. The crate remains unmoved. Marcus sighs softly, rotates the marker and tries again. This time, with a gentle push, it fits perfectly. He nods, as though achieving a personal victory, then closes the door. Nearby, the next scene develops with a worker named Damien, who is preparing chalk lines along a temporary walkway. He stretches a chalk string across the path, pulling it taut